Well, I purchased the cheapo Sierra off-road top instead of the best top. Why? Because it was $220 for the Sailcloth version. What do I think about it? Well, it fits really well. The windows aren't too wavy, a little bit. That one's a little dirty. But the materials and the fit are really good. The zippers are not nearly as nice as what was on the original OEM top. They're a little bit weaker, so you have to do things like make sure that this back part is loose when you're installing it. Because making the bend around here is a little sketchy, but otherwise, pretty legit top. Seems to lock into place well. Installing it up here, see how it's kind of loose? I don't know if that's by design or not, but I installed it where the screw holes were put into the top, and it fits exactly like the OEM top did. I thought maybe you'd want this kind of stretched a little bit more, but then you run the risk of the seam just being exposed to the wind and taking on rain directly underneath that lip there. But anyway, it seems to work well. When I got it, it flapped around quite a bit, and the longer it's been on here, it's been on here for about 3 weeks now, it doesn't flap around too much. The only thing that's kind of weird is this color of the tinting almost has kind of a, I don't know, orangey red hue to it. It's not like a true smoke gray. The sailcloth, let's see if I can focus there. I guess it looks like sailcloth. I had to check the numbers when I got it on the box to make sure they didn't send me the cheaper one. The thickness of these windows are definitely thinner than the OEM windows. These guys here, this stuff's nice and thick. Zipper's nice and thick. This material is very similar in look, but this material is also thicker than the Sierra off-road. But for 220 bucks, I don't really think you can go wrong if you're on a budget. It's getting to be fall here now, so this thing's gonna go live back there and the Nissan's gonna get dragged back out. So it's kind of a fair weather vehicle. But overall, I'd say the Sierra off-road top is just dandy. I guess I can get in here. Can't really see underneath here because I have this alien sunshade on here, but there's the top material. See if I can focus there. There we go. So, just a nice new top. I've driven it in the rain multiple times, which is the reason the windows are on it right now, and has not leaked any water into the cab. But it's exactly like the OEM top. The fitment is just as tight, and all these seams are good. It doesn't, whoever sewed this thing together did a good job of sticking to the pattern. There's no like weird wavy stuff. So hopefully it holds up for a few years. If I end up keeping the Jeep for several years, I'll probably buy a best top if this one ever wears out, but there's no reason to spend 3 or 4 times the money if you don't need to have the top on all year long, or you don't overwinter the thing outdoors. So anyway, little stuff like this kind of existed in the best top, or the OEM top I had anyway. So I'm pretty happy. It seems to fit right in here. I threw the paracord on the zippers just to make them easier to move up and down. So that's not stock, but that's just how it is now. And let's see here, I can't remember. It does kind of pool up water if it rains, like right up here. First time you turn a corner, you or your passenger are gonna get a splash if you've got the window down. And it does not pool up water in the back as far as I know. I've rambled on way too long. But if you're on a budget, I would trust this thing over the Smittybilt. It seems to be a better option. And the company responded to my question when I asked them if this was really the Sailcloth or not pretty quickly, so that's good. I assume you can get a hold of them if you needed to for some reason. It only took me about 30 minutes to have this top on and installed once I pulled all the screws out of the old top.